I spent 8 years addicted to video games. I was supposed to be the valedictorian of our middle school class, but video game addiction took that away from me. I didn't go to middle school prom or high school prom because I was too busy staying home and playing video games. From ages 13 to 20, basically my teenage years, I lost everything from academic progress to social circles to romantic interests just because I was way too addicted to video games. Everything in the real world was sacrificed just so I could keep my fantasies in the virtual world alive. I didn't experience the things that I should have at that age, and no amount of regret now is going to change any of that. Perhaps even the worst change of all was I had developed a very violent temper when my video games used to get taken away from me, and I would frequently lash out at my parents for wanting to spend time with me. It got so bad that they even considered putting me up for adoption simply because they felt unsafe of having me in the house when I didn't have my games to play. At the time, there was no resource to help us through this pain. Gaming addiction was something that they had very little knowledge of, especially back in 2010. They couldn't really figure out what was wrong with me, let alone help me in the first place. And looking back on it, it's too late for me now. There's no amount of regret that's going to change anything. All the formative years, the beautiful teenage years, they're all just gone for me now. And I have nothing but painful regret to remember them by. Even though my life has now taken a way better turn ever since I've quit gaming and got it under control, I can't possibly go back and relive those teenage years again. It's too late for me, but it's not too late for your son. I am that resource that I should have had 12 years ago. I am what would have saved my family during all those violent outbursts and those sleepless nights. I am that resource that ensures your son will go through his formative years, experiencing everything he should and isn't plagued by regret 10-12 years down the line. On this channel, I'll break down the science of video game addiction and what steps you can take to pull your son out of its vicious claws. Instead of putting your trust into a 40-year-old doctor who's never been addicted to anything but test results their entire lives, put your trust in someone who's seen the depths of gaming addiction and has broken out of it. Join me and I'll walk you through the exact steps that took to reverse my decade-long gaming addiction, as well as exposing the gaming industry for their assaults on young men. Join me and I'll give you a self-updating video course on everything you could possibly know about video game addiction, and it gets updated every single day. It includes the mechanisms of gaming addiction and how it affects different people differently. It includes the neurological frameworks that have helped me rediscover my life instead of escaping back into video games. It includes step-by-step tactics that you can take with your son right now to start pulling him out and start de-escalating the addiction before it develops any further. This course might as well be university lectures, but instead of worthless theoretical information, you're getting actual actionable steps that you can take right now. And it gets updated constantly with new studies that come out and new and improved ways to tackle different situations. How about if there's a new type of video game out that people don't really know about and people haven't sort of developed the defenses for? I can help you learn about the new video game genre and find ways to combat it instantly. And you wouldn't have to pay an obnoxious amount like $2,500, $3,000 just for this course. It's included in your package. And as a first bonus to the course, you can have one 30-minute call with me per week. So I can personally coach you through your specific scenario, which would lead to the best long-term results for your family. Oftentimes, it's good to have the video course, but sometimes you just want a face-to-face interaction with someone that can listen to you talk in real time and give you feedback on what you should do for your specific problem. As a second bonus, you'll have 24/7 texting access to me. So if you have questions or about anything and you're caught in a moment and you don't know how to respond, you can literally have me in your pocket. So you can text me to help dig you or your son out of any situation or an episode that might be going on. This isn't just to help you. This is to help my father when he had to come home from a 16-hour shift, had to sit down on a chair and Google how to stop gaming addiction. This is for my mother who didn't speak any English and who couldn't even walk properly, who was terrified about why her son was just breaking stuff and lashing out all the time, and about why his grades were dipping and why he wouldn't spend time with the family anymore. This is for the sins that I've committed against my own helpless family. This is my atonement. Join me and I'll make sure the same fate doesn't fall on your boys. Join me so they can actually experience the most beautiful years of their lives and look back on them with fond memories instead of soul-crushing regret. Join me so I can restore your family to what it once was before your son discovered gaming. Join me so I can save our sons.